outside. And, of course, a calm day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Detroit Lions and the Minnesota Vikings. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Yellow. Let's go, Lou, ladies.
Check tight. Check tight. Check tight. Watch twist. Watch twist. Watch twist. Watch twist. Watch twist.
Hey, tell her. Hey, Ripley.
Mahomes now on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now here's Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack for Mahomes and company. Working from the gun, Mahomes. He finds his running back, Nixon. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Here comes Pettis on the return. Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10.
Ready.
Right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. That's right, baby. They don't want it.
Shoot.
They go with Washington to begin the drive. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
Let's go.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Sponge. No.
6-6. Pull it high.
Hey, watch the ship. Check three.
Smooth.
Now Locke throwing on 2nd down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way down to the 22-yard line.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Topper!
They go play action here on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. A handoff right side, it's Washington.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play.
Set 70, Indy. Hey, zoom.
52's the Mike. Watch Mike.
80 weapon. What? Ready.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. No doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody cut. Oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down.
Fight on these two. There's a little lady.
53. Take it.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Mahomes. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Mahomes to throw. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, when we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. They were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
They'll start the drive with Washington. They find some open field here. And now nothing but green ahead of him. The 20. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. 78 yards as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know. We know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Yellow.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
15. Hey, 43.
Mahomes now to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To throw, it's Mahomes. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Darius Slay with a pick. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. Andy Isabella was the intended target.
But to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline, and now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
That one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. Letting one go deep for the... And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Now it's Mahomes again. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
I know you've got a baseball background, right?
A little bit. Started minor league ball.
Yeah, you did some of that, right? What do they do when they do the signals? An indicator, right?
Whether it goes or not, yeah.
Yeah, whether the play's on or not. How about the indicators offensive linemen give when they're getting ready to run a screen pass? And if those get red, well, we just saw that there, didn't we?
No gain.
No gain. Deciphered it and finished the play off.
That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
You ready?
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Mark 55, Mark 55. Come to my work.
Running it, Washington. 2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
That's recon, 152 fighter.
Check 13, check 13.
Now.
On 2nd down, Washington. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Two draw quarters. Lead grip.
On 1st, here's Washington. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Y'all playing the wrong football. 58, boys, 52.
2nd and 5 now. Lock to the right side and complete to Hurst. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
30 base.
58, right there. It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Washington. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 13-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
X3, 218, chopper. Hey, exit. Go.
Lock to throw on 2nd down. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. Zadarius Smith able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
Let's go now.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
They run from the shotgun with Washington. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
And his kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. And this is going to be intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
General West.
On 2nd down, here's Locke. And a quick shuffle pass here is complete. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
How about that shuffle pass? Or if you want to call it the shovel pass, that's fine too. That's one of those plays that you take a little bit of risk there because you're trying to throw the ball into the middle of the field where a lot of big bodies lurk, and they can knock it away, pick it off, but they were able to execute it successfully on that play.
To throw it is Locke. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. Andy Isabella was the intended target. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Mahomes going to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot.
58's the mic. 58's the mic.
Five.
After the turnover, here's Locke. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Yo, Cheetah, Cheetah.
Check it back.
Clock will try again on 2nd down. He's going to air one out. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there as the first half is winding down. And the Vikings get the quick strike touchdown. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 17-3. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Yellow.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Intercepted. The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Lock now on first down. That ball complete to Isabella. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Washington gets it going right. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
From the 31, Lock. It's Hill, complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. As his guys are in for 6. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Clock now to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Hayden Hurst, former first-round pick, the intended target, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Ricky Seals-Jones, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point right down the middle, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. First down, Lions on a pickup of 13. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Ball going deep here for Taylor. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 16. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
Come on, set.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear
that is
by the time we have to
positive.
leave the booth.
2nd and 12 at the 14-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
80 weapon. Hey, check 20. Get it.
Throwing now is Lott. He's going to air one out. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I know the initial focus was on how far that pass was downfield, but how about the coverage on the play? Able to stay with him, get his hands where the receiver's hands were going to try and catch the ball, tips it up in the air, and knocks it away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Give me that ball. Give me that ball.
Now Washington. Oh, good move. Room here to run. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up first downs.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Yes.
They run with Washington. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Down. 60 outlaw. Protein spill. Down.
On first down, Washington. He'll have another first down and more. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line. That one good for 33 and a first.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say,
he's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. And Isabella. His 5th touchdown now on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point up and through, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Let's go.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here, 2nd and a yard from the 34. Again, it's Mixon. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1.
That's yellow. Mike,
number 53. Mike, 53. Check.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on 1st down.
Brings up 4th down.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Mahomes going to go on 4th down. And this is going to be incomplete. Dan Quinn's guys unable to come through there on 4th down. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
I got you, son. I got you, son.
Now a give right side. It's Washington. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, we got to get to the ball.
Blue draw quarters.
Let's keep moving. Converge. Showing up.
Yo, go, go.
58, come on, 58.
Hey, Charlie, we own them.
Right back to Washington. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll try to counter with Washington. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
And this one is right down the middle. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
We got this.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
It's a party now. It's a party now. Check.
Come back. Hey, let's go.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stay home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
It's a loss of a yard, and it's 3rd down.
The Lions on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Now Joe Mixon. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
Here's Jordan Berry now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. On the return is Pettis. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Lock. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Lock now. A perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Washington. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Ready? 10 Lobo.
52. Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Get it.
Now on 1st down, it's Washington again. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
I'm coming after you.
5.
Now a give, right side. It's Washington, and he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 10-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Hey, 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic. Hey, that's it.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. to the end zone, but it's incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll actually throw it with Locke. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with to have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Yeah, absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team was saying, hey, yeah, we called him the disruptor, and that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off.
Yeah, baby. Boom.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
15, 15.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
Mahomes and the offense staying out there. They'll go for it on fourth. Mahomes throwing on fourth. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Set up. 15 Lonnie. 15 Lonnie.
Check me out. Check me out.
Lee Griffin.
And they take a knee.
The quarterback on the keeper.
But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Minnesota, the train just keeps rolling 9-0 now to start this campaign. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.